What's up, guys? Welcome to Wasted Space, and we are back once again with the blighted and terribly, terribly cold colony. And one thing I've done prior to clicking pause and record and so on is turn off the lights in all the bedrooms. That was kind of a bit of a failed experiment. I mean, it's nice for them to have lights, but mostly it was a failed experiment to see if I can make the bugs go where I want. And the answer is, nah. No, you can't. The other thing I'm going to do is get rid of Pigeon here, especially as Kieran's about to go and do something with him. Let's release, because he's just using our food up at this point. Oh, actually, Kieran's flicking a switch. Alright, that's a bit more sensible. I'm going to start feeding the iguana corpses if I can, but what have we actually got down here? Juvenile female, your Edge, the killer. Let's kill the other male and this juvenile female too, because we've got the two females. That's enough for the time being. Obviously, we can build that stock back up whenever we want, so that should kind of chill that side of things down. And what I'm also going to do is send some guys out ASAP to start chopping some of this wood we've got kicking around at the back here. There's actually more around the map than I expected. It's just all sort of tucked around the edges, so when I glanced across the middle area, missed all of it. But it is there. Let's do a bit more down there, and at the same time, let's go, not restrictions, go in here, and obviously I adjusted the growing, but I did not adjust the plant cutting, so at the moment the only person that would do it is Mick, who's slow as all hell. So let's chuck a few extra... Yeah, a few extra random plant cutters in should do the job. Mean that some of the wood gets done. Oh, what else I want to do in there? Actually, I want to get rid of Hodor on Flick, because he's a pain in the arse. He keeps taking control and then not actually doing anything useful with it. And then there was some talk about trying to get this Geo involved, like maybe down there and then down there. There's actually quite a lot of stuff that we could use to seal it off. The only concern I'd have is what the AI does if it ends up stuck at the back here, for example. Like, would it just try and plow straight into the base? It's a possibility, but anyway, let's speed things up, see if we can get a bit of wood in. Actually, let's put the fires down immediately because we want the temperature in here to be rising. I'm not going to do quite as many as last time, but certainly going to want more than we had. Is that going to be enough? Maybe one down there as well. At 20 a go, so it's not great. Let's give Radish a... Yeah, pigeon raising our rep. Cool, let's give Radish a gun of some sort. Oh, how did I manage to do that? Nope, Radish. A gun of some sort, please. There we go. Why a normal one? Why not? Why not a good one? Who's idle? Hodor's one of them, and I did actually notice Hodor's got cabin fever again. He has a habit of giving himself cabin fever. Get outside, you fool. Build complete, make large sculpture. Nice. That reminds me, there's another sculpture we need to go and have a look at. I just keep an eye on Hodor, because he will get so angry with me so quickly if I let him just wander out here. There we go. You can come back in. Yeah, so we have this grand sculpture. Quality superior is worth a ton. Nice. Lots of beauty. On this work is an illustration of Gravelfoot tying dear Trosma's hands with professional... Who's dear Trosma? We will never know. Dear is injured and seems to be in pain. Personified depiction of strife. What is a personified depiction of strife? What does that even look like? However, it's a large one, and I don't know if we need another a grand one. I don't know if we need a grand one. What did he do with the one he's just finished? There it is. Is that it? Large? Yep. Masterwork. Nice. Portrays Kieran practicing hall with a husky as Kieran thinks of what's for lunch. Kieran is smiling. That's a bit odd. Sure. Where should we put this? Kieran's already got a statue, so that's a bit cheeky. I don't think you need another statue, my man. Do we have one in? We've got a massive one down in the fridge, so that's particularly unnecessary. Let's hang on to that and see if we can get an exotic goods trader to sell it to. Trade it off for some more important materials. Now, another thing I need to do this episode is start thinking about some of these exterior walls like this are giving some problems. So maybe one at a time we do these bedrooms. Or do we do the outside walls first? Maybe we do the outside walls first, like up here. You know, this is all stuff that could be leaking heat in some way. Same over there. Oh, and I remember I spotted down here. This is all single skin. How dare I? It's terrible. So we can go this far up. So let's do a bit of that and then just kind of curve it around the corner. And of course it needs to come in on the light, sure. In which case, let's put you there. And then we can just extend it round, have a bit of a airlock on this bit. And that should keep this hole there, because I think that's a bit of a drain. Minus 27 outdoors. Not bad. Whoop! Muscle parasites for everybody. 3 people is far from everybody. Okay, let's get some more mining on the go as well, because we are going to run out of steel. So there was this bit here, there was still a bit over here, and someone pointed out in the comments that there's also a little bit of construction components there. Is it going to be more than one? I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Lots of treatment, low food, that's alright. The animals aren't actually starving, so that's cool. Wood is coming in. Are you building fires for me, my men? Come on, build some fires. Oh god. Raid with family. They're attacking immediately. It's Uncle's Town for the first time. This might be an opportunity for us to actually get... Oh, we got Mercenary Gunner Oscar, Zero's wife. How did you guys end up split up? And Colonist Tim's brother. Well then, these guys are attacking immediately, which means we're going to want to bring everyone back into the base. We've got friends from Trunker of the Mesa here at the same time. Anyway. Raid time, animals, raid time. Kieran, where are you? Treating people. No, you're not. You're going to do that. And anyone else outside? Addy? Nope. Back in, please. That does appear to be it. They don't normally spawn up that top edge. They always seem to come down here or at the back. Not that it makes any difference, but interesting. And let's get the hold open off on those so that everything gets turned on. This will be a nice first test of all of our turrets here. Alright, back you come, folks. They're coming in immediately. What sort of weaponry are they coming in with? A remarkably large number of melee weapons, Molotovs and the like. I'm not seeing any particularly scary stuff like multiple rocket launchers, etc. In fact, I'm not really seeing any long-range weapons at all, apart from the odd survival rifle. I think you folks might be in for a nasty surprise. There was a good reason why we were consistently beating Trunk of the Mesa, and they had a lot more people than our friends Uncle-Town here. But yes, let's make sure... Actually, let's temporarily cancel that, because that could end up being a little bit dangerous mid-raid. And let's just make sure we get people in the right place at the right time. I see no reason why these guys won't do the usual follow the maze trick, so that's all good. Billy, please come inside. In fact, I'm just going to draft you and tell you to get up there, please. It's just Llama and Komodo, who are not really an issue. I don't really care, sorry folks, but I don't. This means the fires are being done, I would imagine. Sort of slowly-ish. Where's Howler off to? Is the animal aren't allowed outside, are they? I'm pretty certain that... Let's just... No, they're not. Cool. Oh, that's a colour I can't really see against the snow. Right, these guys were... Oh, no! They didn't come in that way. That's not good. Amber should get there pretty quickly, and I think it's time we sent everyone else into their required locations, so... Gravelfoot. Nom. Max, you're not going to make it to where you need to be in time, I don't think. Radish out there, Max. Let's send you down via this room, perhaps. I think that makes more sense. And we got Raven Nicola up. Pretty much everybody in this room. Jip, deadweight. You can make it to where we want the melee to be. Xavier Tim. Addy down there as well. I think that should be everybody. Okay, that I should have been paying more attention to. Move it, Amber. I think it'll be alright, even if Amber only gets one of them shut. This is quite slow with all the plants growing in the way. It's Gravelfoot's going to win. Let's get Gravelfoot up there instead. Amber, you can get back to a proper location. Gravelfoot back out again. Good job. Should completely distract that. Nice. I like how that does so legitimately work. You gotta throw a single grenade and then be like, nah, you know what? That's probably enough. I have moved the guys out here a bit early, which I do have a repeated tendency of doing. Right, the snipers. I mean, look at all the snipers. It's lovely. Get everyone into some vague positions. Make sure everyone's got good cover. There's absolutely no reason for us not to. There is so much cover available. They're trying to get into the geo. That's not a big deal. Max, you can now go and join the melee. You know what might be a really good idea? I know we've got... Yeah, Mick, could you... This may backfire on me. Mick, go grab those Molotovs and be ready to Molotov the door when it's time for them to come out. Amber, that's not a particularly good spot. Let's have you back here. Fair few of them have kind of stopped and started to chill out. I wonder who is going to break. There's always someone. Mick, can you come over here, please? You're going to be our little surprise in this corridor. Whoops. New mouse. I'm occasionally misclicking with it. Oh, that's quite nice. It is also, I'm sure you guys have noticed, like the loudest mouse ever created. And realise this after I get it. I'm like, oh, right, okay, that's kind of a thing, isn't it? Oh well, you guys are used to the keyboard already. You'll be used to the mouse too. Or something. Okay. Surprise for Unclestown. This is not the place to be, friends. If you hadn't guessed, is this capable of reconnecting somewhere sensible? No. Alright, I need to sort that one out then. This turret's getting all of the attention, which is absolutely fine, because that means there's none on the colonists. And they are... I know I might not even need these guys, look at that. Falling so fast. So yeah, Unclestown. You should have stayed allies. Just saying. We're going to get so many of them. Bloomin' hell. Now I feel like I should have just left an LMG or something here, because meleeing them as they come out seems a bit unnecessary. But yes, they are not going to get anyone out of this, really, are they? Mick with the Molotovs, not so much. Now you see you're still in range of everybody there. Okay, so in which case, let's just set up the welcoming committee here. Mick's done. All you guys are done. Billy, got someone to capture in there. Yep, let's capture Pablo, because we do want to raise our reputation with those guys ASAP, because, I mean, this is kind of valuable, but also kind of pointless at the same time, let's be clear. I'm surprised that Cass bothered with a raid. Normally, with the volcanic winter and whatnot, I thought she'd sort of kind of started giving up on that stuff. Grenades could be handy. For the same reason as what I was doing with Mick there. Let's just hold these open as Mick goes through. Greetings, friends! Oh no. Don't let him past. Are they going to catch Shepherd Finn? No. Let's make sure they get Jude then. One shall escape. Max, you're useless. You let him go. I should have just blocked him in, shouldn't I, really? I was slightly concerned that they'd get too many of them in one place and actually start winning, but that wasn't in the slightest bit of concern. Sad that the clubs didn't knock anyone out. That's kind of what I was hoping, was we'd knock someone out, and by doing so, give us someone else to capture. Right, ASAP. Reconnect the turrets so that they all go off. Make sure that they do actually all go off. Cool, yep, they're all off. And let's go back into the restrictions. Allowed. Where's our chef? Scrabblefoot, Atomic Nom, Deadweight, and the idiot. Nice, not too bad. I think that worked out pretty well for us, and we're going to get no end of... I mean, if nothing else, that's a ton of meals and other bits and bobs. Potentially even sell it. Addy is just sitting up there, and then finally we're going to need to keep an eye on Prisoner here, which is one where we're going to release ASAP. I see no reason to hold on to... what's his name? Pablo, for any longer than necessary. He's been captured purely for the intention of trying to fix our relations with Uncle's Town a bit. Did I do the animals? I did not. All of our huskies. Interesting. This probably means I need to go around and look at training for these guys, don't I? Because they're pretty much all all capable of being trained at this point. So, shame there probably is a key to easily switch through them, but I have no idea what it is. Yeah, like the colonist ones on the brackets down on the bottom right, but for pets. Which ones have I missed? I will have missed some. Dark? Nope. Banana, Marta. Ah, maybe I got them. Cool, and let's speed things up a bit. Minor amounts of damage. I may want to reinforce this a little bit, because they do seem inclined at times to go for that. I'm also going to be very sure that we get those doors shut, because if we don't get them shut, then there's a bit of a, not an issue, but it's just not great. Interesting. Is this stuff's growing. Let's get the light back on. Give me some rice, guys. How's our wood supply as well? Are they... They've done some of it. Did I mark up down here? I don't know if these dead trees are even shoppable. No, they're not. That's why they're still there. Oh, some of them are. Interesting. I'm going to leave some of the cacti, because apparently if you take them all, then you're not going to be able to get any more, because there's nowhere to plant them. I'm not sure that's 100% correct. I swear I've seen an option to plant them, but hey, we need that wood for the moment. Oh, I see. And part of the problem is we're just leaving it lying around outside. Everyone's angry. Raven's potentially going to break. And there's a fight. Oh, that makes you hungry, doesn't it, lads? Mmm, tasty. Random rubbish. Okay, visitor. The power situation seems vaguely stable again as well, you know. Did she have items to trade? She did have items to trade. Wonderful. Was Kieran asleep? Kieran's not asleep. Even better. Did I click it away without finding out where she was? Yes, because I'm rubbish. Come on then, Chow. Whatever your name is. Get your ass over here. That'll do. I'm lazy. Can't be asked. We'll run an intercept course. Lazy? Not lazy. Impatient. Better term. Yay. Get rid of this. You don't have much money, do you? Nor do you have... You've got 19 venisons. I mean, I'll take it, but... Not really. 74. Let's just take all your cash. Alright. That'll do. Thank you. Cool, plenty of stuff out there as well. And apparently also a leaf blower. Not sure what I can do about that. Hopefully the noise stops. So a bit of repairing on the go, and my cooler has broken down. You know what? I don't see that as being a particularly dramatic problem at this point. Okay, hopefully it's a bit quieter like that. That's the best I can manage. What are you up to, Tim? Oh, telescope's out there. I keep forgetting that. So at this point, I think let's start looking at, because I'm kind of interested about the power situation. If it's stable enough, I want to get the extra hydroponics up ASAP. Ah, nice. New bunch of rice. That's always welcome. It's really not actually that much there, however. Oh well, if it's working, it's working. Animal starvation is still an issue. What I should be doing, thinking about it for the time being, and this is perhaps slightly grim, but let's get a stockpile down here, and in this stockpile, clear all priority important corpses, human-like, strangers. And let's do the same up here for the doggies. And then, I think these are set to some crazy... Yeah, these are set super duper high. I mean, kibble, obviously. Take the kibble. That's going to be the kibble one, I imagine. No? Just potatoes. Well, that's not very helpful, is it? But again, this should be, like, preferred and no more than that. The kibble one can stay critical. Raw buffalo meat? Nope, nope, nope. Need to fix all this because I've made changes here and there, and it's not quite what we're after. Okay, that should mean that they primarily chow down on corpses for a bit, and what I should do as well, that's turned off, so just got a nice selection of frozen corpses with a load of gear on them, so maybe at the moment, given we're going to be using these as animal food supply, let's go and get them all stripped so that they at least haul the stuff inside and we can see what they've got on them. I think that works. And then we've got a nice spot for the animals to stop whining at me because they can eat corpse for a bit. Kieran? Chow actually came in the bottom? Cool. I was not expecting that. So power supplies do seem to be kinda stable. Especially as we had all the turrets on, so I bet it used a fair bit during that. This is all just going up. Ish. Then of course the night comes and it starts getting a bit worse. What is it? 11 degrees indoors? That's kind of acceptable, right? Well, again, food is continuing to be a big problem, so... And these don't use much power. Interesting that all chose to grow the second I put these down. Some of it's sort of half dead, unfortunately. I wonder why that is. Temperature in here, perhaps? Nah, temperature in there is alright. This one's only set to 14 though, so I'm going to bump that up to 17. Match the other one over here. And then if they get those done, maybe our food supplies will look a little bit more sensible. These are... Oh no, they have been stripped already. Cool, that's perfect. Now I just got to make sure is we keep enough wood on the go during this that we don't run into any other problems. Let's also, before I forget, continue this task. This is all needs to be done as well, doesn't it? I'm going to do that little bit first and then break through. Zero is in a terrible mood. Is there anything we can do about your terrible mood, Mr. Zero? My husband died. Oh yeah, of course. No, there's not much we can do about that, is there? Oh well. He raided us. What do you expect? A mess has been made outside. We mark this stuff for hauling. Kind of can't. It all needs prioritising. There's only a bit particularly exciting. Some alright personal shields and the like out there. Maybe, how is our hauling looking at the moment? Is there any idea to pimp it up a little bit, perhaps? Yeah, maybe a tiny bit, I suppose. Is there anyone really obvious? Max and Tim, kind of obvious. They are cleaning as well, but that's fine. No animal starvation, because animals have got corpses. Blotto is also sleeping outside. Why are you guys... You got places to sleep. They have landed right in on top of me. Are they going to come... One of those is going to end up inside. At the back. And the rest aren't. Okay, well... Cass is clearly trying a few other extra little tricks now. Everybody inside. Kieran, you're getting up, my man. We need these animals to respond. I don't think anyone's going to be outside because it's so early in the morning. Everyone's asleep. And I think what we're going to need to do is respond to this one ASAP. What sort of guns have we got? snipers, I think. So I've been told, whether this is reliable or not, that the shadows should tell me where they land, but whether that actually means that they land where the shadows are, or whether it means that the shadows kind of follow like you'd expect them to, I don't know. What I do know is we're going to need to get people into position, like, immediately. There is no hanging around here. Of course, I don't know whether they're going to be inside and I'm going to have to worry about them in here, or whether they're going to be outside and go round. So, for the time being, let's respond to the one that's indoors, or the potential one that's indoors. Do we need the melee guys? Possibly. They've got shields, if nothing else. Tim, Nom, Nix, yeah. Max. Yeah, again, we want everybody. Okay. Moment of truth. Where Blotto gonna go? That way, good. Okay, so it's exactly where the shadows are. So we've got one inside and multiple outside. Which is kind of alright. That door needs to go away so that Eldred can stand in that corridor immediately. It is going to open the base up to the outside temporarily, but I don't think that's a particularly important concern when we've got mechanoids landing. Now the rest of them, I imagine, are going to go around the outside like good boys and girls. This is so much going to depend on what comes out of that blooming thing. What do we got? It's a blooming centipede with a blooming inferno cannon. Of course it is. Dragon, you may need to move. No. Dragon, you do need to move. And that hit you through the door anyway. Burnt. Dead weight, no. I know this shooting over each other thing is a really bad idea, but we need this one dead in the shortest amount of time possible. Doing a pretty good job of it, actually. Dead weight. Distraction time, please, sir. Keep moving, my fan. Keep moving. That's the answer. Keep going. Dance, dance, dance. Oh, yeah. We love to dance. Right. Where are these guys going? You're just moving. And there's a scyther here. And where's the last one? Probably a scyther again that's moved, but yeah. Why can't I see it? Aha. There they are. They're trying to chase Blotto, I think. Anyway, for the time being, what we can actually do is undraft everybody while these guys figure out what it is they're doing. No more fire, please. Come on, get it done before we lose any of the actual bits. Yay! Nice, okay, next up. These need to be shut. Amber, that's your job. Blotto's gonna make it indoors. One of the scythers is going the long way around for some reason. Oh, and Kieran's standing in his bedroom, surrounded by animals. Oh, that's brilliant. I might need to get the animals out of this area, thinking about it. Had not considered that, although They're all on the correct stuff, but that's not particularly vital at this point, is it? Let's worry more about defeating the mechanoids. Right, Amber, you're good. Come back in. And let's also rebuild that door I knocked down before I forget about it. Zero's doing some repairs, that's all good. The Scyther down the bottom is doing what? I mean, he was having a short go at the wall, and has now decided that actually that's not... Wow, it was breaking through that wall fast. It keeps stopping for a second to have a shot at the wall. I suspect that that one might need a squad of people to help with it. And these keep attacking the wall as well, don't they? Okay, let's get a squad of guys ready just in case. I'm surprised there's that many people in there, but hey, don't really want to interrupt that. Who's sensible to take down there? Hauling to hydroponics basin. You're a sensible option. Saviour. Hauling iguana egg to stockpile. I don't really want to interrupt that. Refueling campfire. I don't want to interrupt that either. Nicola. Cleaning sand. You can come down here too. Question is whether they're actually going to be able to go the whole way through. You on the wall too? No. So they attack for a little bit, and then get bored and move on. This one down here is attacking again, isn't it? They're just screwing up my base for no reason. Stop that. Look at it. You assholes. Get off. For these guys, let's go and open the front end. I don't need them to come down the little snake. I just need them to stop beating up my walls. Stop that. You guys set on it yet? You're going to get through that, aren't you? I might have to be doing what we just did again. Let's see if me opening this up makes any difference. Yeah, it does. Good, 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 good. That's what I was after. Yes, please stop randomly whacking on the base. Come where I want you to come. In this case, I don't think it's a problem that we let them through there. Oh, there's one actually coming down the snake anyway. Nice. I don't think it's a problem we let them through there, primarily on the basis that... Oh no, it still decided to move for a little bit and then whack the wall. As is this one. Come on guys, they have figured it out. They're in the tunnel. Alright, let's speed things up and see what happens. As soon as they get through a slot of wall, I'm gonna... Speed things up and then actually pay attention. Anyway, this should be funny. Yep, that ought to do that side of things. What about the rest of these guys? Oh, what's this? Have I screwed up the power somewhere? No, only sort of. I can fix it. This one down here, it stopped being a pain. It's coming. We need to do some repairs on the outside of these walls after this. Those two are just having a ruckus outside. Can you stop it, please? Pablo, how are you doing? You're pretty much ready to be released. Next Scyther's just coming round. Power's stable. In fact, stable enough. I'm going to turn that off. Hello, Mr. Scyther. That's what I thought. Where's the next one? Or have we done all the Scythers and it's just the Centi? Oh, I think we've done all the Scythers and it's just the Centipede. Cool. Yep, colonist idle, colonist needs treatment. Ash, what are you doing? Removing armor vest? No, no, no. Go rest and get treated. Med supplies are actually a tiny bit low as well. I need to make sure that some of the stuff that goes down here is meds. Come on then, Mr. Centi. I could even have turned the turrets off for this, but it's good to see, actually, that the batteries aren't really draining, even with the turrets left on, so that's kind of cool. What's he got? He's got an Inferno cannon as well. However, I'm not thinking it's going to matter a huge amount with that many turrets. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, maybe I'm not. Alright. Grab all those. Let's reconnect. Got to make vaguely sure that they actually turn themselves off again. Let's go into the restrictions. Everyone's back to allowed. Except for the chefs. And the idiot. Cool. Animals. Same deal. Any husky pups? Nope. They can all go outside now. And no, none of them are pregnant either. And then with this... Oops. Normally you can... There it is. Bill. Shut down. And anyone around to go and put some fires out? You'd imagine on snow they'd put themselves out. But no, apparently not. Is that... I think that is all the centipedes, so let's get these back to as they should be. Nice, not bad. You should be rice, not potatoes. In fact, let's have you heal root. It's the same with this one. The ones that are wrong. Fully healed and an exotic goods trader. Nice, nice, nice. Time to sell some statues and piss off Cass. Yeah, this is going to wind Cass up like something rotten. Let's see if they've got anything we want to buy before we sell a huge amount of stuff. Do we have a Persona core still? We do. Good. Right, I'm going to take your components. Ooh. These are our bionics. Do you have any nice bionics for us? Joy Wire? No. Power Claw? No. No, in reality, they don't actually have much we want. They do have lots of money, but this is just Cass's trick, isn't it? This is what it's all about. Right, let's not steal any plasteel stuff. Let's just ditch, as usual, the stuff that's getting a bit low. Especially armor vests. And then I guess we're going to have to sell the statues. It would be wrong not to, now we've got this opportunity, but it is going to wind Cassandra up really quite hard, having that much that much value in the colony all of a sudden. Saying that, we've probably just wound her up pretty hard by 2 raids with not enough casualties, so... Let's keep the personal shields, because I still don't trust their stacking. Okay, and... Interesting, so the Masterwork Large is actually worth more than the Standstone Grand, but... Sure. That's a lot of cash. Cool. Now, before I forget... Get that stuff built, folks. Need materials. Let's do this out of granite. That's a sapper weak spot if I ever saw it. Let's see it done ASAP. the plague! Jurgen, Tim, Radish. Nice. Okay. Temps inside are still going okay. What's happened with these? Growing season here now. Indoors 9 degrees. I guess they've been harvested. Because everything is kind of about to be fully grown, right? Yeah. Cool. Pablo, I think it's time for you to get released, isn't it? Yeah. Off you go. Go improve our relations. Nice, that did not work out too badly. And the silver landed inside like I wanted to. Hang on, colonist needs rescue. Oh, blimmin' Hoddle. Hoddle's got the plague, Dragon's got the plague. Yes, we're going to need to make sure that we've got plenty of meds growing and potentially even buy some if need be. So as these things down here get finished, I'm definitely adding meds to the list of things we want. Is that a bunch of turrets that didn't turn off? It is. Any others? No, that looks looking alright. So much stuff that just needs hauling. Part of me thinks I should leave this because it's so noticeably... Yeah, I'm going to. You want to bet? When I delete along this line, it's gonna screw it up somehow. One of the tricks is making sure you only delete bits from a single zone at a time. If you delete multiple zones across, it'll just delete the whole zone there. And let's clear that. I know, ironically, this is making sure that we've got less growing option, less stuff growing in here, but it's also... You can see how slow they were running around. Bit more efficient, a few more breakdowns, but plenty of repairs, and the meals from that raid have done us quite nicely. Relations with Uncle's Town have gone up to -74. Do you think they'll let us call them yet? I reckon probably not, but it's worth a shot. Kieran, my bro. Stop trying to train Howler. Yeah, that's okay. They're not quite up for that yet. Nice, some more food coming in. We getting this stuff down here done? Yeah, we are. Sweet, so as I said, let's make sure we've got some more heal root in here because that's clearly a supply that's getting low. They've all finished. Let's do these to rice. And, to be honest, reconnect them so they actually work would probably be a good idea. Let's do more heal root for you and a reconnect, and then the last two we can do rice again. Temperature in there just about holding. Wood supplies probably need bolstering again. Have they actually done it now? No, there's still wood kicking around on the map. It's a lack of hauling rather than anything else. These guys are all in a terrible mood because of muscle parasites and the like. Decagon's gone and got himself a bad back as well. Oh, there was more here. Sweet. Sure. How much do you reckon? I know. I know. Cut it in half, man. Mental State, Berserk, Decagon. Flee. Yeah. Or do we just knock him out? Probably not with the club. Good job, Max. You do the running away thing just like everyone else does. You're next level. Oh well, at least we can leave Decagon down the bottom of the map there. There you go, that works. I'll come back and put that mining back in a bit. Once Decagon's chilled out. For the time being, he can just kind of rock around the bottom of the map there, act like he's some cool fella. Okay, more mining and stuff to do here, so let's get these last little bits done. Let's make sure... I'm surprised we don't have any sandstone. I mean, this is almost certainly because I've not been hauling any, but I'm surprised we haven't got any just from knocking around stuff in the base. But apparently not, so screw it. I can get sandstone from in the base because we've still got so many like standard walls like this. And like this whole row down here, so... And like the prison is, and the prison's currently empty, so let's start doing some of that too. Using pretty much whatever stone we can get our hands on at this point. I don't think that's particularly important. Tachagon's exhausted. Yeah, that's because you're running around angry at the bottom of the map, aren't you? Oh no, he's come back to normal and he's going to go... Oh, that ended quite peacefully. And that means that I can now go and... There's at least that much. Wood cutting. There's bits up there. Actually, things are not even being planted quick enough at this point. I mean, I guess that's technically a good thing. It just means that we've also, again, just had a nice big harvest. So, well, I say big harvest, that's not that big, is it? It just isn't. And stuff down here hasn't even been planted yet, so maybe... Where's our growers? Oh, we have... I did that last time. We should have plenty of growers. And actually some meals and the like. Not bad, right? Let's have a look at what else was on my list now that Cass has stopped giving me hassle. Now, eggs were one thing that I wanted to deal with because... Obviously, did I get the... I did add this to the... egg stockpile, didn't I? Make sure that we've got... No, I didn't. What I want is to make sure we've got the eggs taken to up there pretty much immediately, so it's right next to where it's being cooked, so that they use the eggs as kind of a priority. Not that I think that's an issue, because we've got so little food that everything's kind of a priority, but hey. We could probably turn disassemble mechanoids back on again if it's not already. Oh, it is on. Fine, ignore me. Low food, low meds. Someone going to come and plant down there? Temperature of the base is a tad low. I mean, power's solid enough. Maybe it's time for some more heaters. I mean, like, you'd imagine that room could really do with at least one. Same way you could imagine this room could do with kind of at least one. Just spread them around a little bit, help with things. That's all being done quite nicely, so... Sandstone that all back in again. In fact, let's do the important bits first. So, let's sandstone where it's thin back in again, and I'll worry about the side of a corridor that's not that big a deal later. I should also think about... They've gone out and repaired this rubbish. No, because it's not in the home zone. So I should really consider, temporarily at least, expanding the home area to include the edges of this. Now, the reason you don't normally have it is because they can then go and do silly things, go out and repair out there, for example, when you don't want them to. But, should be alright. I have not missed that I've gone too far there. I will go and fix that in a second. But yeah, I can always bring this back in later, but for now, all that damage is just going to encourage them to do the same sort of rubbish again, isn't it? So, and clear home area. No, thank you. And home areas. Yes, all of that stuff. Cool. I feel like we should also, for the sake of cleanliness, because this is a sort of high traffic area, make sure that that area is all quite nice as well. Okay, the amount of stuff we got in storage has expanded really quite dramatically all of a sudden. Let's get... How's sandstone actually looking? We're making it. Should we use up some of this other stuff? Nah. Screw it. Let's just get the sandstone. That's what we want, really. Nice. And now people are outside helping to repair some of this stuff. Meat! That's a good point. Let's hunt for some more. They can't be the only dromedaries, surely. Although, volcanic winter can't be that comfy. Maybe they are the first, because we're coming round to potentially the next season soon, so perhaps they're just very early comers. No, that does appear to be it. Either way, a bit of extra meat is always welcome. Especially given that for the time being our whole egg iguana thing hasn't really worked out quite like you'd want. Not a massive surprise, given that we're starving and absolutely freezing, but still. Those switched over to rice as well. They're doing a decent job of that. Is everyone getting pissed off about having seen corpses? No, everyone's just sick and getting fed up with having slept in the cold. Which is pretty fair. Who needs treatment now? That concerned me because they were busy hunting and then you get one of those noises. It often makes you think, oh god. Dromedary revenge! But no, with the snipers, it seems like they rarely do. It's another thing I should do at some point shortly is make sure that we've got... We not got enough... We do not have enough animal beds. Nor do I have anything really... Oh, hang on. I do have some stuff to make it out of. What we got? Iguana skin. That makes sense. Where is it? Iguana skin animal bed uses 45 each, so... How many we can get? A couple? Yeah, a couple. The poor mood I can't really help with, folks, other than perhaps go and chop a bit more wood. Oh, hello. Thank you. And this is more wood choppy. As I said, I don't want to get rid of all of it, but I do want to survive this winter. Sometimes their priority distance is a bit funky. Well, that is sandstone as well. I thought for a second, oh god, I haven't put down like granite or something down there, have I? Is that why it's not being done? But no, I haven't. It's not being done because it's not being done. Same as the rest of it. Probably hauling sandstone again. Oh no, no. She's getting chunks from somewhere. I think in the end, it is just a case of it takes a while for that to happen. Well, these guys don't have anything to trade, do they? Boring. What about down here? Oh, we missed some. There's even more components. I'll take that. To be honest, I'll cut some of that out and haul the things there as well. Why not? Surely there must have been stuff that we cut out in these sections too. If nothing else, there's more steel. Or steel. And a load of stone there that we can deconstruct. What is it? Granite? Oh, it's more steel. Yes, please. Steel down there, but that really is starting to get a long way away now. Are some folks hauling wood back in again? That's all growing. Temperature, however, not looking really that good. We're going to need... Oh, I keep forgetting to turn the fires off as gathering spots. Don't really want them as gathering spots. And wood supplies are completely out. Good man, Nom. Get that shit done. At least that's almost finished. And same up there. Yeah, palm wood is a given, fellas. I'm surely you're used to it by now. That looks like an easy way of losing a plasteel turret if the wrong one gets blown there. So make sure that gets sorted too. This is probably a good thing actually, because I bet you a decent amount of the outside of the base was pretty beaten up from the many battles we've been through where I haven't been repairing. Seem to have a few items to trade. Are you guys going to come in the bottom? You going to be nice? Come into the cool bit? They are. Sweet. Kieran, let's go trade. Again, if nothing else at the moment, it's kind of food, because we're just consistently running out, but I'll take your meds, I'll take your cougar meat. And I'll sell you a bunch of the clubs that we inevitably took off you. Seems a fair trade, other than the fact that they can't afford it. Spot on. And they even kindly left it in the base for us. Right, how are we going with the iguanas? Might have to make the animals a little sealed room and just do corpses from now on out. It seems like a very efficient way of doing it. Oh, nice. We've got more wood in, so I'm tempted to, given that they're not really doing the heaters yet, put down at least one more of those. Makes sense. Terrible mood, Decagon again. Why are you so angry at the moment? Because you're sick. Cramped. That's not a cramped environment. It's a lovely environment, look. Then he just goes to rest immediately. Have we somehow got the restrictions messed up? Do we need a bit more joy time? Maybe we should do what I did last time. And to be honest, I've actually not put back again. Which is the guys that were particularly ill. I changed their priorities around to give them like extra sleep and so on. Yeah, let's quickly correct this stuff. And then figure out who's particularly angry with me and get them to be the same. So, primarily at the moment, it is Decagon. So, Decagon, my man, what we're going to do is give you an extra bit of joy, some more anything, and enforce another couple of hours of sleep, I think. Should be alright, and then I'll just keep an eye on anybody else that's being angry at me and do the same. They actually came the whole way through the base and up here. There's something about being up here that they want to be. This is the place that they feel is the one. Not sure why. Animal starvation. Why this kibble and... Yeah, indeed. It's not animal starvation. You're just stupid. Cool, that's starting to get done. I really need to do some intentional mining and hauling for sandstone by the looks of things. Although a lot of this just needs actual building rather than anything else. Nice, because then I can do the backs of these, maybe do that little bit there. A party, this is what we needed. Come on guys, come chill at the party. Everyone gonna make it? Yeah, nice boost of joy for the colony. I wonder if you can even see in the history as the mood peaking a little bit. Wow, we were happy at one point. Look at that. That was marriage time and everyone got up to 94% mood. That was a good period when we had enough food to be able to make everything we wanted. Unlike this period where it's very much not the case. Not even close to the case. How do you max down an escape pod? Whoa! Fulton. Teetotaling cold lover that's beautiful, good skills, but with a major artery blockage. So could potentially have a heart attack at any point. Do we try and do it and then replace the heart? I'm pretty sure you can do a heart transplant. It's just dodgy as hell. Let's have a look. Harvest heart, yeah. You can do a heart transplant. It's dodgy. We haven't had a new colonist in a while. Have you got what it takes to really be worth it? Cold lover's great. Beautiful's obviously great. Teetotal is fine, doesn't make any difference. The only... Oh, it's got bad back as well. You must be ancient. Yeah, she's really old. Yeah, I'm actually just going to pass up. We don't need any more colonists at this point. That's far from our problem. Certainly not ones that are prone to sudden heart attacks and have a bad back already. You're not going to... Lazy mother? Ah, it's already been reserved, I see. I see. Oh, what am I doing? Losing the plot is what I'm doing. Nice. Well, I'm starting to think that that might be a decent place to end it on. I'm not sure we made a huge amount of progress necessarily, other than progress towards surviving. The growing is a problem. Look at this. That's highest priority for you. Mick's got too high a priority on something else. Billy's fine. Honestly, let's have Decagon on that task as well. Not enough planting's going on. That doesn't surprise me with Gravelfoot. That's all a bit pointless there, but... Dragon? There's no point. Dragon's too good at everything else to make her want to be on that task. I think I just need to raise these priorities so that people actually get on it, because you can see that now it's got to the point where we've got all this stuff that we could... Let's also... I think we can go back to holding open these doors, because while it will obviously vent the heat throughout the base, we've got a much better handle on the base temperature as a whole, and that might actually end up being positive. The temperature in here has got much more stable. So yeah, now we can have Decagon helping with the planting as well, because while it's quick to plant and harvest, it's not getting done enough. We shouldn't be seeing this much empty stuff at any given time, even if it all get planted and done at the same time, which is a lot of what's happening here. It should never. And then you come down here, and again, there's just ones that haven't even been planted yet. Let's hold these open. They're just slowing things down as well. Same with this one and that one. So now the temperature is kind of under control. That's everything held open again. That should mean that movement around inside is much more speedy, much more sorted. The base, I believe, is pretty much repaired on the outside now. They've been working away on little bits and bobs, so you'd hope so. So I've got to remember to take that home zone off at some point. Not that I'm using the home zone anymore, it's worth noting. I am just using the easy way of doing things with an allowed group instead. Cool, those are getting built. Worry for a second. We got the power now also to get Hodor researching again, because I need to build a ship. We're not about to get off this planet without one, are we? So... Cool, bit of control. So we are waiting on components as like the big deal for what's taking so long. That's still going. That's the only thing that's holding down hydroponics, holding up heaters. Hey, another heater. Keep everything running at about 17, I think, is a nice sort of temperature. Don't need to be any hotter than that. Indoors is, yeah, looking a bit better. Oh, there was still some repairing to do. Okay, we have, I think, just about pulled back from the brink. Just about. This is 21 again. Let's bring you down to 17. In fact, one thing you can do is set sort of temperature targets like that, so that when it gets above a certain amount, it stops using all the heaters at once. That's why this was originally on -14. Yay, this is what I wanted to see. And then it all comes back into the kitchen, and we can start doing meals, and we've got the stockpile of stuff slowly beginning to build up. So, as an end, just given the food is such a big deal, oh, well, use your corpse though. Cheers. Animals like a bit of that. Is there anything to hunt for the colonists? Not really. They are still kind of tree chopping, which is cool. Make sure we've got a bit of a wood supply to keep these fires going for as long as we need to. Poor mood, Amber Raven. Is this health reasons or just because you're out in the cold? Darkness, very tired, observed corpse. Yeah, having the this dumping stockpile here is perhaps not the best. Perhaps we should enclose it so that they're only observing corpses when they have to go in and out of it. Sandstone, yeah. This is not a protected structure, of course. This just needs to be a standard door, enclosed so that they don't feel quite so horrid every time they go past that. Cool, all of this internal stuff's been done, so there's definitely room to do work on there, but as I keep getting distracted and giving new orders and so on, what we should do instead is pause it, say thank you a lot for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this one, then please do hit that like button. It does help me out. It helps me get more people to know about Rimworld, because this is an awesome game. More people drawn to the channel, etc. So please do that. If you didn't like it, obviously hammer that dislike button instead. That's all good. And otherwise, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will catch you for the next one.